Today. Don't worry yourself. Somebody go. So it must not come out.
If someone had told me I'll be setting up a cake in Sango-Ota anytime soon, I would say no, no, no. Guys, welcome back to today's video. So let's go set up this cake together. All right, so I left my studio pretty early and it was a Saturday morning and surprisingly everywhere was free. So I needed to follow this cake for the setup, like join my staff to go set it up because I know that the route, if you've applied this route before, you know that it has some very, very bad road and potholes and whatnot. But to my greatest surprise, they fixed the road. My God, looks like they fixed the road just for me. Because the last time I passed that road, it was nothing to write home about. I was so happy and I was really impressed because what would have happened to my cakes all the way from my location to Sango-Ota. And moreover, anytime you're taking cakes through potholes, it will definitely affect the cake. There will be a crack, one crack or the other. So I was so happy that everything got there safe and sound. So I got down and the first thing I'll do when I get to any event is to walk into the oil and check the oil if they are ready. So as a baker, that is what you should always do. And if you've not started setting up cakes for events, you just watch this video so you can take a tip or two. All right, so I always go to check my table first. Even sometimes you might get there and there'll be no cake table, so I go into the hall first without the cake. I go in and walk in and check, instead of me to just come in with the cake and meet an unfinished all. So I go and check my cake table. I check the structure, and this particular one, I don't know, the table was already shaking, so I needed to do a thing or two. You see the way I padded my cake? Yeah, so I used to pad it with bottled waters or books whenever I'm placing my cakes on the chair. So I always use this front seat. It helps for balance, so it is not always moving than if it's at the back. And if there is enough space in the bottom floor, if the cakes are not much, I'll put it on the floor. So we got into the hall and I placed the last tier on the table, and that was where the whole thing began. So the table wasn't, the stage rather was not balanced. So the moment I placed that cake on the table, it went south. Then the decorator came to meet me that it's supposed to be on the other side. I tried placing it, it was the same thing. I said, guys, make you no verse. I'm going to put this thing on the floor. They're like saying, no, it's supposed to be on the stage. I said, not under my watch, because you're not going to ruin a cake and I don't stay in Songo. You want me to now be going home, they will now call me that cake has scattered. Hello. So that was how we settled it. They said, okay, not a problem. I said, it's not going to be a problem. I need a space that is balanced. I know it's supposed to be on the stage, but the stage is not balanced, so I have to bring it down. So that was how we settled everything. I went on to add my fondant. So what you're seeing here is my mashed fondant. So I'm supposed to use white actually, but we ran out of white fondant and we still had gray fondant. So it's just fondant mixed with water. So that's what I used to glue my cakes in between my fondant layers. That way it glues it very well. So I'd already I doweled them in my studio before I brought everything down. So that was that. All right, so we needed to add a little bit of finishing touches to the cake, like the borders, like the flowers. So I didn't do all that. So I don't know how else but I have never, any cake that is more than 2 tiered, I have never finished it in my studio. I don't have that courage yet. I would come with it separate and come bring it down to the hall and assemble them and add the finishing touches. I don't even take pictures in my studio of a fully decorated cake that is more than 2 tiers. Once it's 3 tier, we are completing everything at the venue. I don't want stories that church. I don't want delivered a 2-tier cake already stacked, and I knew okay, the road was very bad, the destination, the location for the event, and I struggled. Like, I used all my strength to carry that cake. So I've stopped dwelling or stacking my cakes if it's more than 2. So one of my staff was doing the borders that we're going to add to the cake just to give it finishing touches. We already had our flowers that we're going to add to beautify the cakes. So I just started bringing them to, assemble it one after the other. So that was that. So we started adding the borders. And if you are hearing many so in this video, just bear with me. I just need to do this video today and post it. And I started painting too. I painted the borders with edible gold dust. I hope we all know this particular brand. It's one of the best gold dust. It's always gold. They call it edible gold dust. And my supplier just told me now that it's currently out of stock, and this is like the last one I have. So I'm just here managing it so that until she has, I'm praying. So I added the topper, and I'd already finished adding the flowers, and that was it. So another thing I like about this all was it was ready when we got there, and I don't have to wait for light. So I was able to do these videos. So sometimes I wanted to do videos like this, but when you get to the oil, there's no light. And I don't know, this particular trend is peculiar with Lagos oils. They will not on the light until the event is about to start. But I was surprised that even in Sango-Ota, I had lights waiting for me at the oil. So I had every opportunity to do content. I was able to snap fine pictures. I was able to do whatever I want to do. And that was a very good thing for me, because I am about to post this video on my YouTube channel. I've never had opportunity to make this kind of video, because I always end up with all that don't want to turn on their lights. All right, guys, see me dancing. This is how you dance when you finish stacking your cake and there are no issues. All right, guys, bye for now. Thank you for watching.